Hello, hello, hello. Oh my gosh, Heather, that's crazy. That's crazy. You guys, I hope that everything looks okay because Mercury retrograde started today and goes until I think June 22nd. And it shows my internet is weak. So I hope you can see me all right. Let me know. Hey, Dale. Can you guys see me all right? It shows 3 people on here. I don't have Joseph and Carrie yet. I'm alone today. I'm alone by myself. Can everybody see me okay? Can somebody comment, please? Hey, Nicole. Hey, Pocket Watch. Yeah, 7. All right. Little blurry. All right. Well, it's just going to have to, you're going to have me blurry. Okay. Thank you, Josh. Hey, Lisa, Shan, Mark B. I've been having a conversation with Mark and Heather for a while. All right. I know Steve was on here from 3 Souls. I'm waiting for Joe to pop on so we can chat about our marathon. We had a marathon, 3 all-nighter investigations in a row. Dale, I can still fire you again. All right, Joe, where are you? So what's everybody doing? It is freezing here. I actually have a sweatshirt on. Sweatshirt. It is cold and rainy. Hey, Vale. Hey, Nicole. A drink? What kind of drink, Steve? There we go. There's Joe, I think. There he is.
Hi.
Hey, guys.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Good. Crown Royal on the rock, Steve? What kind of crown? Just regular? All right, I'm putting some. I don't want to get any feedback. There we go. All right. Hey, Jax. Hey, Amy. We got lots of folks on here with us. All right. Uh-oh. Lost them. Their internet's supposed to be really good, so I don't know if it's mine picking them up or not. Uh-oh. Here they come back. Hold on. There we go.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Is it me or you?
No, that was my fault. I'm not getting any comments. So it said log in. I hit log in and the camera went black. I was like, oh God.
Oh, can you see the comments now?
No, I'm not seeing none. I don't know. I should have logged in, but I didn't know I needed to.
Oh, I don't think you have to. Do you see a little chat anywhere?
I see private chat comments. Oh, okay. I got them now. All
got
right.
it? Okay.
Hey, man.
Awesome.
Hey, everyone.
Awesome. So Tina is still recovering from our marathon 3 all-nighters in a row investigation.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I think we all are, but she's not.
Yeah.
She's just watching tonight. She's not gonna join us. Dale is on here. I think he must be really bored because usually he doesn't come on. Oh, is Tina in the comment? There's Tina in the comments. I see her. All right, cool. All right. Tina, I don't know if you're able to make people moderators, but if you can, go for it. It'd be nice to have all of our regular peeps as moderators. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. There's a bunch of people that have jumped on. We got 14 now. So, yeah. So, guys, we just wanted to jump on and talk a little bit about our 3 all-night in a row investigations where Joe and Carrie. Joe, do you like to go by Joe or Joseph?
Joe.
Joe. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Joe and Carrie came up, drove 12 hours one way, and hung out with us. And we started at Randolph County Asylum and Infirmary, which my team had done last year, but it was epic. And then Joe, asked if we were going to do it again. And of course we decided we wanted to. So we were supposed to have a couple other folks with us, and people just started dropping. So unfortunately, Chris from American Phantom Hunters is suffering from tinnitus really bad, and he has kind of like shut down his channel for a while. So we're hoping he comes back. We really miss him.
Yeah.
But you know what, Nicole? You got to do it, but wait till you hear the rest. And then now they're adding another one that's in Ohio. So we'll talk about it. And then Michelle and Chris from Michelle's The Paranormal Experience or Cosmos and Spread. Her husband got sick like the night before, and so they couldn't come. And then Ashley from our team couldn't. It was just crazy, but we had a total blast. Total blast. Caught some awesome stuff.
Yeah, really did. I didn't think we had caught as much as we did until I started going over some of the stuff. And I was really blown away so far. And I haven't even gone through half of it yet.
Right. So we started at Randolph County Asylum and Infirmary, which again, my team had done last year. And then we went the next night to the General Ashel Stone Mansion. And it's not a stone mansion. That's his last name. We all thought it was a stone mansion. It's not stone either. So that was the second all night. And then we went from there to the Blackford County Jail in Indiana, which is about 40 miles away. And so we had 3 all-nighters. We slept in our cars. We slept in the buildings. We had epic food. We had awesome. But for anybody that's on here, now that we're all on, for anybody that's on here, if you don't know Joe and Carrie, they're from the paranormal side. And Joe actually took over as president, if you will, of the Prius group, the Paranormal Researchers on YouTube Integrity Society.
Yep.
So we're coming out with I'm helping him along. I'm the VP. So I'm helping him along, and we're going to come out with a new logo and some new things. And hey, Sharon, and some things that we'll be announcing soon, because I know there's some of you on this live right now that aren't a part of our group, and we'd like for you to be. So we'll be making some announcements on that soon.
Yeah.
So
new logo is coming too. So a couple different changes coming. Yep.
We're going to have some kind of rules and stuff, and we'll be rolling that out.
It's going to benefit everybody, hopefully.
Yep. But that's kind of how I met Joe and Carrie, was through Prius, although I think we already were sub to each other. And then, we're not that far away. So we have a lot more places here in Indiana and Ohio to investigate, whether it be paid or not paid. So, I know you guys don't have as many places down there because it's not as, how do I want to say it? People aren't as open to it, I guess. So it was awesome to have you guys come up here. And then you stopped to see, where did you go in West Virginia?
Point Pleasant, West Virginia. and had to check out the Mothman Museum while we were going right through. So I wanted to see all that. I've always wanted to see it, and I wanted to see where the old Silver Bridge was, and it collapsed. I think it killed like 37 people on December 15th. I think in 1937, I think. But because of that bridge collapsing, they came up with a national bridge inspection thing that they inspect bridges and for bridge safety. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. So
Dale wants a road trip. Mothman and Silver Bridge too. Yeah.
That was pretty cool. I mean, it wasn't a very big town, but I mean, there were a lot of things to look at, and the museum was pretty cool. And right across from the museum is a supposed haunted hotel, the Low Hotel Inn. And I wanted to stay there, and I was going to go before we went to Randolph County. I wanted to kind of stop there before and stay the night and then drive another 3 hours or so to the asylum, but it didn't work out. So I couldn't never get up with nobody on the phone. So, I want to try to investigate there one day and actually do a video about the Mothman and stuff. So that would be cool. Because there's so much history, there.
No Mothman. So Heather's seen your investigations at Farnsworth and wants to go. Oh, Nicole, it's only 30 minutes from you. You got to go then. Crown Point Jail in Indiana. Okay, so Paranormal Adventures, that's Ricky, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Ricky, we gotta become friends. We're not like really friends with each other yet.
Yeah, he investigated a really cool graveyard. I can't think of the name right this second, but it was only 45 minutes from where we were at the jail. And I wanted to go and check it out so bad, but I mean, I was just so tired and sick of driving. I didn't really want to do anymore.
Yep. Hey, Joyce. Yeah, Ricky, I've watched some of your videos, Jerome Cemetery. I've watched some of your videos, but I don't know if you've checked us out or not. But yeah, I like your stuff. So before we get into our little adventure, Joe, why don't you tell me how you and Carrie, tell everybody who may not know you, how you and Carrie got into this and how long you've been doing it.
Well, I know I've always, kind of been interested in the paranormal, and for a long time, I really didn't get into the actual investigations or anything. I just always watched them on TV. Well, one day we just decided that we would just try to go to. Actually, what happened was we went on a ghost tour in New Bern, North Carolina, and we kind of got some tips about some places that was supposedly haunted and had some cool stories. So we went and checked them out privately one time, and we started kind of really liking it and enjoying it. So that's kind of how it sprang from there. And then I was like, you know what? If something happens, which something did happen, if something happens, I want to be able to say, hey, this happened, and show them on camera. So that's kind of where it jumped into the YouTube thing. But what happened to me was we were not investigating. We were actually on a historic tour at a place called the Tryon Palace. And right next door, there's another old building. I think it's called the John Wright Stanley House in New Bern, North Carolina. And I thought while the guy was giving us the tour and he was telling us the history of the place, I was just standing there on the first floor, and I thought I seen something peek around the stairwell at me. And I was like, well, maybe I'm just seeing things. And a second later, something pulled my shirt. I mean, pulled it. And I'm like looking around, and somebody right behind me. And I'm like, surely somebody has had to seen that, but nobody said nothing. And that's what really sparked my interest. And then from that point, we really started trying to find out what's going on.
Yeah.
And from a younger age, I was seeing things. I seen things in the sky that I could not explain. And I kept telling people there's things in the sky that are lighting up and they're moving very fast. Everybody was like, "Oh, you're crazy." Well,
yeah.
even my dad was saying the same thing. Well, a couple months later, me and him both seen it. And I was like, man, I am so glad somebody other than myself seen this stuff. So I'm not saying it's UFOs. I don't know what it was, but it was very weird. So that's where the interest came from, really. So,
hey, Hell House Paranormal. Well, that's crazy. Tina doesn't want to meet Mothman. You're funny, Tina. I had enough issues with the birds in the barn at the mansion. But so that's a really cool story. And I know Carrie's very sensitive. Very sensitive. Yeah. So as lots of folks think we're nuts. Yeah, we do get that a lot. So how long have you guys been on YouTube?
We started, I think it was January of 2019. I think it was. We've been on there just over 2 years now. And I think January of this past year was our second year. And, you know, it was a real learning curve, and it still is. And at first, I didn't have any idea how to edit any video. So I'm still learning, and it's moving along. But I was hoping that it would kind of move along a little bit faster. But, hey, you know, we weren't really uploading for anybody. It was just really for ourselves. And then the subscribers started coming on, and I was like, I started kind of forming a relationship with a lot of them. I'm like, you know, I've never met these people, but I talk to them quite often. So I really enjoy to put it on there and to get their feedback also of what they think from watching the videos, because I'm not no expert, and I don't think anybody really personally is, but so I love to get feedback from other people.
Right. Well, you know what, you and I have been talking a lot about being stuck, not being able to reach more subscribers, et cetera. And, you know, what can we do, et cetera. And I thought a lot about it, and very much like you, we do this because we want to do it, and we're sharing it because we want feedback, and also because we want to share the awesome experiences that we're getting. And my team is not going to change what we're doing just to try to get more subscribers. And I want to, like, so for instance, there's a astrologer that I follow, and she starts all of her videos with, "We are not all love, light, twin flames, and unicorns on this channel. So if that's what you want, you need to go to a different channel." She tells, you know, she's not all about, oh, your new love and all that shit when she's doing your cards. For us, I feel like we want to come out with, we want to like maybe say something in the beginning of ours that says, we're not here to scare you. We're not here to bring you anything, you know, we're here to bring you what we find, what we get. And that's what it is. And so if you want to be scared and you want to be lied to and you want people to fake and stuff and you want all that, then you're going to have to go to a different channel. But I feel like thank you, Hell House. I will say that I feel like we have very loyal subscribers, and that's what it's about. And I've had a Facebook page for my breast cancer since 2012, and I still have 1,000 followers, and it's only 1,000 followers, but those 1,000 followers are way more engaged than, you know, the brands that have 1 million followers. So I feel like, you know, it's the same thing with YouTube. It's not about getting money for us. It's not about monetizing. I don't even know if we'll monetize if we ever get there. The 1,000 subs is more competition. You know, I'm competitive, and also it's about all the things that come with that, being able to post in the feed, being able to go live from YouTube, all of those kinds of things. That's more what it's about for us.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of perks with getting to 1,000 subscribers other than being monetized. So I mean, just because you get to 1,000 don't mean that you automatically start getting paid. But
right.
Yeah.
And anybody on here, like Nicole and some of these and Steve, they can tell you because I know Nicole's monetized. I don't know about Steve, but until you get up in the, big numbers, you're not going to make much money anyway.
Right.
Yep, Nicole, exactly. Ask me spirits to touch my shoulder. I never do. I must scare them. Heather. Yes, exactly. So I think, Mark B, Heather, Nicole, all of us on here, I think have that same thing in common. We're all out there really just trying to see what we can find and then share it. So for you guys, we started out at the Randolph County Asylum and Infirmary, which is in Indiana. It's about an hour and a half from my house. And history locations, exactly. Helping the souls. Exactly, Tina. Thank you for reminding me. But we did it last year. So there's 7 videos on there from last October that stretched out because I like to keep our videos within like half an hour to 45 minutes. A, I don't want people to get bored. And B, it's hard for me to upload more than that because of where I live and my internet. Yeah. Exactly, Nicole. It's a little bit of money that helps with stuff. Exactly. Yep. I love it. But anyway, that's where we went first. Now, what was really cool is that Joe and Carrie brought some static cams, like security cams, 4 of them. God love him. He ran wires to 4 different floors in the house. Thank you so much, Hell House. He ran 4 static cams with wireless security cams, with wires throughout the house and had a monitor and everything. So when we were taking breaks, we could watch. Because let me tell you, we had lots of batteries, but we also had to recharge so many times because these places just really drained. We had to end up finishing the asylum the next morning and the mansion the next morning because we didn't get through it all. And we had a battery completely drained that just came out of the wall, completely charged in 15 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah, they are. They were pretty cool. Go ahead.
Yeah, we had the same problem too. It really wasn't our camera batteries, but it was like other batteries, like like the AA Duracell batteries, whatever. They went a lot quicker than what they should have had. I got a flashlight that I recharged, the big flashlight you seen.
Yeah.
It went dead within 15 minutes, and usually it lasts at least 2 hours. I mean, that was odd, but I'm just glad that my camera batteries did last.
Yeah, we do have some cool. Yeah, we have a couple clips that Joe's already found on the static. But I don't know if we want to try to show them here. I haven't done that. I know, Nicole, you do it all the time where you share your screen. We might try to do that. But yeah, plus it was just so, what do I want to say? Just energy draining. These places are just, and the cool thing, what I really, really, really liked is my team. It was the same 3 of us. We got different, activity in different rooms this time than we did the last time. And like rooms that were really active the last time weren't this time, etc. And that was really cool. But then what I also liked is so for everybody on here, we never actually investigated in the same room, same floor. We went our separate ways and then we would convene back for a little bit. But you guys got way different activity in the same rooms we had just been in than we did, which is also really cool. It's mind-blowing to me. Mind-blowing.
Yep. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, I really like some of the rooms that you went into that you didn't really have a lot of like cat ball responses or anything. We would go in not long after you, and we would get responses from the cat balls and stuff like this. And but what really got me was some of the stuff that I recorded that I didn't know I recorded.
Yep.
So,
I gotta be honest. I haven't downloaded anything yet. I haven't looked at anything. I'm still trying to wrap up the last 2 investigations we did prior to this. So, and I don't have a big computer, so I'm, still working on it. But yeah, I mean, what you sent me today was pretty damn cool. I'm really excited for that.
Well, I'll give a brief of what we got. One of the things was like, it was an empty hallway down in the basement. I was just sitting there watching and listening, and all of a sudden there were like 3 orbs, like kind of in a line, kind of fly down the hallway, and then they turn around and come back. And I'm like, what is that? And they look like they're in a line, and sometimes it might have looked like they were like 4 in a line. Yeah. I'm thinking, well, what was that? Was that maybe a spider web or something with like moisture? But I'm like, how would it have gotten moisture on a spider web down there? But that was really neat though. And then it went like way down the hall and then came back.
Yep.
Yeah. And
that was pretty
funny. Yeah, one of the funniest things that really blew me away was the part with what was her name? Angie and her guy.
Kenny.
That was really funny. Yeah, Kenny, that's it. That really got me. They were just standing, leaning against the wall in front of Ida's room, just standing there being quiet. And then all of a sudden, she had the Ghost Tube app in her hand, and it said, "Stop recording." And they freaked out and ran down the hallway. That was good to me.
Yep. It was by Ida's room. Was the orb, was that by Ida's room too?
Yeah, it sure was.
Yeah, because the camera is in the same place.
Yep,
well,
sure was.
It was crazy because we thought, oh, I can't wait, Nicole. We thought that we left some cat balls and a flashlight down in the basement. And it's like, what, 4 a.m. So we wanted to recharge everything, and I think we were going to take like a cat nap. So Kenny and Angie and I think, went down in the basement to check all the rooms again. And you see us in your video. And so we're checking them all, and we go through, because you had another camera set up in the creepy crawly room. I don't know what that's, the little cryptid, whatever it is. Yeah. And that one was set up by our plasma ball and the REM pod, which I don't know how your REM pod didn't go off being by that plasma ball. Our REM pod, it makes our REM pod go off. Well, you know what? It really only makes it go off if you touch the plasma ball. I don't know. Anyway, we had come through there and the REM pod went off, and I thought it was because Kenny had his phone on, like he wasn't on airplane mode. But as we kept going, we were out of the room, it went off again. And I was like, that wasn't us. So when they went back down, they were going down to see if they could test the theory that it was the phone. And that's why they were down there again. And I don't know, I didn't watch the whole thing. Did they have the REM pod go off when they were down there?
Well, I had 2 things down there. I had a REM pod and I had a shadow detector down there. I think what was going off was the shadow detector, because it was a loud beep, like beep, beep, beep.
Oh, gotcha.
So if anything like in the field of view of the shadow detector, it will go off. But yeah, when y'all turned around and went back the other way, it started going off again.
Right.
So that was kind of
odd. Gotcha. Nicole, it's like this, what do we call it? A shadow figure, if you will, that crawls around on the floor.
Yeah. They said it was like a small, like octopus with like 8 arms looking thing, very small, and goes against the wall on the ceiling, black looking thing.
Yeah. So Joe had set up a camera in there trying to see if we could catch it. But have you been through all of that footage yet?
Not all of it. Not real thorough.
Yeah. Yep.
I hope we got something like that.
Yeah. It's a pretty, the other camera that you sent me footage from that had the sound on it, that one going down that hallway like that is really creepy looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, when I was breaking down the next morning, we had already shut down the cameras. And so I had a personal experience down there also. And I went downstairs to get the camera and the stand and stuff. And I heard something like bang, like blam. I'm like, somebody's down there at the end of the hall. I didn't think any different, you know. So as I go back upstairs with all the camera and the stand and everything, and I asked y'all if you remember, was anybody downstairs? And y'all were like, no, nobody's down there. And I think I found out what it was I heard, and it was the same thing that Mr. Ted Martin told us, that when Nick Groff was sleeping down in the basement, he kept hearing a slamming noise. And it ended up being the freezer door, like plam, plam, plam. So I think that's what it was I heard. Or it was either that or it was a door being slammed, but there was nobody down there.
The freezer door in the butcher room, the morgue butcher room, or the one in the kitchen?
No, one in the kitchen. One in the kitchen. Because I went and I checked it also afterwards later on before we left, just walking around, and it did kind of sound familiar like what I'd heard, but I can't be 100% sure because I won't record and I didn't have any voice thing going or anything. So
right.
But that was a personal experience I had down there.
Jules is in the house. Sorry, Jules is in the house. Hey, Julie. Nicole, no, I haven't done the Bel Air house. Have you done it, Joe?
The where? Bel Air?
Yeah.
No. Where's that at?
I don't know. Where is that, Nicole? And that sounds epic, Steve. The cemetery, the Dravo Cemetery. Cool. Yeah. Julie was with us too. Was that your first investigation ever, Julie? Ohio. Okay. No, I have not done that house. So I had a similar thing that happened with I decided to try to do StreamYard Live the next morning, kind of after we already broke our stuff down, I think. Yeah, I think it's after we finished our investigations of the last two rooms. And so I just was trying to figure it out. And for whatever reason, it didn't want me to use Chrome. It wanted me to use Safari. So I had to restart and redo all the description and everything. Well, while I was standing in the first, so it was the side of the hall to the north, I think. Mm-hmm. It was where Noah's and Doris's room, that hallway. Mm-hmm. So I'm standing at the end by the lobby where you guys were. And I'm telling you, while I was messing with my phone, trying to get it to work, I heard, it was like somebody was on a full-on party down the hall. Like, I kept thinking one of you guys had to be in there, but none of you guys were in the hallway. Mm-hmm. It was kind of creepy. And then I proceeded to walk down there. Hey, Rainbow Supernatural Paranormal. Welcome, welcome. How much is it, Nicole? Let us know how much it is.
Because when you were doing your live, I think me and her were upstairs talking to Tina. And then we had walked outside, and then I was kind of watching a little bit of the end part of your live. So, yeah, I know we walked down.
Yeah, no, I don't think any of you were. You were all either packing or in the... Yeah, exactly, Nicole. It was funny because the guy at the jail is like... I don't know. He's different. And he was 500 from how many people can get in there. Sweet. Well, keep us posted.
Dale said something about swinging handcuffs.
Oh, yeah. We haven't gotten there yet, Dale. Why don't you get any love? Why don't you get any love, Steve? From 20. Oh, thank you, Rainbow. We haven't gotten there yet, Dale. Yeah, so Nicole, that's funny because he was like, well, you know, people have done this and people have done that and yada, yada, yada. And it's like, no. If if something touches me or scratches me or talks to me, I'm going to shake its hand and get its picture. You know, like, I'm not there asking him to talk to me just to run away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right.
Julie didn't like the jail. All right. So what was your scariest part of the asylum?
To me, it was the basement. I didn't feel like I was comfortable being down there by myself for some reason. Every time I went down there, I just felt like somebody was kind of with me or watching me. But I think she had a whole different experience down there, though. It was what you were going down in the basement with no problem.
Mm-hmm. By myself.
Yeah. What was the scariest part for you? Anything?
I didn't have no scary parts of
the Randolph County.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was down there having a conversation with the murderer.
I know. Yeah, I texted her. I said, "Where are you at?" Because I got the missing around. She said, "I'm down in the basement." I said, "Doing what?" She said, "Having a conversation." I said, "With who?" The axe murderer. I'm like, "Wow." So yeah, down there trying to get some EVPs, thinking it might help without me, maybe. So
yeah. Well, I heard some of the EVPs that she got, and we couldn't really make them out. But I'm hoping once you get them into editing, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
pretty awesome. Yeah. So we started. One of the things that we didn't get the last time was we didn't have access to the barns, and there's 3 huge barns and then a couple other outbuildings. Yes, the butcher room was crazy for us this time. Last time we got nothing in the butcher room, but we started in the barns, and we did have REM pod and flashlight and stuff right away, except there were barn swallows, and we were right below their nest, and I felt bad, and it was annoying, and I don't like being dive bombed by birds, but those were pretty cool. I still don't believe the story about Willis falling from the window. I don't believe it at all. The window is not freaking big enough to throw a bale of hay plus a man out the window.
That's what we were talking about. How could he get the bale of hay and himself out that little teeny window?
See, I used to bale hay when I was younger.
So did I.
Yep. So I'm like, that window is just not big enough. And then I went in the door and I looked up. And I said, "There's not even a floor up there." I said, something don't seem right about that story to me.
Yeah, I mean, the window is like 2 floors above the floor. Like there, I said, "How in the hell?" He was standing on the bales of hay. No, don't believe it. Don't believe it.
Nope.
And he did not come through for us. Did not come through for us at all.
Yeah.
Nicole, yeah, birds and bats, bad. Live people, bad. Wait till you see our video tomorrow. We got busted. Dale and I did. Bats are bad. Birds are bad. And live people. Spirits, no. But yeah, in the butcher room, last time we got nothing. Like I showed nothing on the butcher room. But so for anybody that doesn't know the story, the butcher room, they actually had their own like slaughterhouse out back, and they raised their own cattle and stuff. And then they would bring it in and butcher it in this room. And they had a cooler in there, a big walk-in cooler to keep the food and to feed the people. Well, what was it that everybody got? I keep forgetting the disease.
Cholera.
Cholera.
Cholera, yeah.
Cholera. So they shows the accident, but I don't think it was that barn either. Okay, Tina. So, hey, Kara. So they were stacking those bodies. They were using the butcher room with the meat that they were feeding the people as a morgue.
Yep.
As a morgue. Cholera and TB. That's right. TB as well. So what they ended up having to do is they were contaminating all the meat, contaminating the rest of the people. And then they had to pour 6 to 8 inches of cement concrete over the floor because there was no drain. So they were covering up the cholera. It was just, but we got, oh my gosh. Angie and Kenny used Kenny's phone to record my SLS screen. There was so much SLS activity in there, and he's having a really hard time sending it over to me. So I might have to drive to their house and like have them plug it into my computer or something. But so then we started what? We did the little mini, we listened to like the overview, and then you guys went on your tour for like a 3-hour tour, like Gilligan.
Yeah.
And then, so my team started investigating at about 7 p.m. that night. And I think, stopped around 4:35 a.m. to kind of sleep for a few hours, got back up at 8:30, and then finished. We were still investigating. Molly Stark Sanatorium. Where is that, Steve? And it's in Ohio, but where in Ohio? And then we went from there to, did we drive straight to the mansion then? So we went to the mansion.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to, Heather. I still may, because there's another 3-hour tour coming up. Louisville, Ohio. Okay, that's weird. I'll have to look into that. But we went from there to the mansion, which is like a couple miles down the road, and they let us in early. And so Kate, if you guys go to any of these places, ask for Kate. If you can get Kate as your guide, she is professional, she's fast, she's to the point, and she's out. These other guys could talk for 24 hours if you let them.
Yep.
Good grief. She was awesome. So we went to the mansion. The mansion is in Winchester, and it was General Ashel Stone was his name. And you know what I think is really crazy is he was in his 60s before he built that mansion.
Wow.
60s, yeah. But he was a senator of Indiana, and he was a general, and he was in charge of the baked goods. And that place we had a mini tour of last year, and I got so sick upstairs on the 3rd floor, and it did not disappoint this time. I was just as sick when we were doing the tour.
Yep.
Yes, Prospect Place, exactly, in Ohio. But we had some interesting things happen at the mansion, and I don't know if you've been able to go through, you're probably still on the asylum for your footage.
I've kind of went through a little bit of all of it, but I haven't really seen a whole lot for the mansion so far.
Yeah. Well,
we did find that one with Angie, that thing. We got that.
That's right.
Like the banana.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, we the basement Tina got pushed going through the door. I got pushed coming back when we were leaving. We had 5 flashlights and a cat ball lighting up down there in that one room. Roger was all over us. And then we went, back in that little cubby where she said it would have been a wine cellar, but he doesn't drink, so it was a preserve. We went back in there and got some stuff too. And then what else? We were upstairs in the general's room, and we're talking to General and John, and we were getting ready to wrap it up because everything was dying again. And Tina said, is there anything else that you want to tell us before we say goodbye? And it said suggest. And she says, okay, what do you suggest? And it said portal. And we were like, we're out. So we shut it down right there. But then Tina got really, really sick after that. And we were down in the piano room, and we were actually having a conversation with a little boy named Benny. And he was on the SLS, which died while we were right in the middle of it. And all of a sudden, Tina leaves the room. I don't know what's going on. She's outside saging herself and telling us to come out to sage because of the whole portal thing.
Yeah, we didn't get much in the general's room. We started getting stuff in Lydia's room, his wife.
Which is crazy because we got nothing in Lydia's room.
Yep.
That's awesome, Julie. she did some more research on the Odd Fellows because the General was part of the Odd Fellows.
Yep.
But yeah, we woke up the next morning. So we all slept in the living room. You guys slept in your car. Tina slept in her car. And then, hey girl, Stacy, how are you? Thank you, dear. Thank you, dear. I was thinking about you today, Stacy. That's so weird because I hadn't seen you in a while. But we got up then the next morning and did the 3rd floor, and it was really, really, really intense. And Tina and I were both crying. Julie was crying. Dale might have even been crying.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, see, when we were on the 3rd floor, at first we weren't really getting a whole lot, and then I kept telling the camera, I was like, there used to be like a catwalk up top. Yeah, a catwalk up top where the General could go up there and see the stars and stuff. And all of a sudden on the ghost tube, it kept saying, what did it say? Flame, yeah. And then I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. I said, what went up in the flames or whatever? So I kept right on saying a little bit about, the catwalk up there again. And then it came over again, flames. I think it came over like 3 times, if I'm not mistaken. Flames. I'm like, wow, that's pretty odd that it come over the ghost tube 3 times.
Mm-hmm. But in between that, though, it said fool.
Mm-hmm.
The first time it said flame, and then it said fool. And then we were like, well, who's a fool? But it never said anything after that. It kept just saying flames.
And that's when we found out that the catwalk, had burned up by supposed lightning or something like that.
Right. And I think ours said lightning. I think our obelisk said either the obelisk or the ghost tube said lightning at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it was. I was trying to capture that some kind of apparition from what Dan told. Supposed Dan had seen walk from the window or to the door to the window. So that's why it's set up a camera.
So we found the charred window frame. So when you went up to the top of those steps, if you went straight into that room at the top of the steps and turned to the left, there all the plaster was coming down. It was charred up in there.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if I noticed that.
But we went in. You remember she said John passed away of a heart attack up there, and that's who we were talking to up there. And when I was watching your screen, I was looking at that one room where he saw Dan saw John walk towards him, and I just was sick to my stomach. I knew that's where we had to go.
Yeah, you kept getting sick way up there. I mean, every time you even looked at the screen, you would get sick. So yeah, that was kind of wild.
Yeah,
that was amazing. Even that you could look at the screen and still get sick.
Nicole, we got so many words from the obelisk and ghost tube that were pertinent. Like it said Doris in the kitchen at the asylum, and Doris was the one in the kitchen. I mean, it's just blows my mind. And people that don't believe in those apps, I'm sorry. I have no idea how to make it say those things. So I'm not faking it. I'm not that tech savvy. Sorry.
Well, I do believe there is something with the ghost tube, the one that you can come over and say the words. I'm not too sure about the SLS ghost tube. I haven't been able to get it to work yet, but I have been trying. But yeah, the one that actually calls out like the obvious words. Now we've had some pretty good things come over that really, made sense at the location that we were at the time. So
yeah,
it came across bless, and then my shirt said blessed.
Yep.
And I didn't match that up right to begin with. It said bless. I'm like, what's bless? And then I was like, oh crap, your shirt says blessed on it. I said, wow, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. And we were using both. So we had the ghost science toolkit or whatever that we use. We had that going. Plus we also, Angie was using the ghost tube every once in a while. And sometimes they were like almost talking to each other.
Yeah.
That's funny, Nicole. We got a little bit at the jail with the Ghost Tube SLS that Chris was using. So anyway, we got up the next morning, and that's when we went upstairs on the 3rd floor in a brand new battery, 15 minutes dead. And so we did finish the 3rd floor, and then you guys didn't make it to the cemetery, did you?
No.
Nah, I wanted to, but we never did.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to tell the whole story about the mansion, but it's a really interesting story. We're going to put a lot of it in our videos. We may even do just one video that really just focuses on the story as a prequel to our investigations. But supposedly this guy donated a bunch of land for a cemetery, and you could see his plot from his master bedroom. And so we did go over there, and basically you drove in and it was his mausoleum and everything, or his what do you call it, not headstone, but why am I blanking, the big one that they put up with all the family on it. Sounds like, Tina, help me out. Monument. Yeah, and it's really cool because it has a circle, and then it has the 4 ways to get in via the directions, like north, south, east, and west. Thank you, Julie. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Nicole. So that was cool to see that. We didn't do any investigating there. We just took pictures because we actually went and stopped at a church and cemetery where a lot of Julie and Dale's family is buried that came over straight from Germany. And they wanted to go there. Yeah, I agree, Heather. I love cemeteries so much. So we stopped at this little cemetery, and the church was open, and it's an older Catholic church that they haven't ruined. It was beautiful inside, and we just sat there for a little bit and took pictures, and it was so really pretty in there. But saw a lot of their family headstones in that. Bye, Josh. Thank you. Thank you so much. Later, Josh. But
yeah, we're not really done. I mean, we would like to go back to Randolph County Asylum and maybe some of the other places, just not anytime soon. At least this year.
Yeah, that drive was like the worst part coming back.
Yeah.
Because it seems like when you come back anywhere, it goes quicker. But this time coming back, it seemed like it took forever to get back home. And
wasn't it like 2 a.m.? I think it was like 2 a.m. when you messaged me you were home.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And we left at like 10, about 11.
We
11. Ended up switching because he was tired. So I drove from West Virginia pretty much all the way back home. So I was trying to keep myself awake, and everything started getting blurry, and I was like, oh, wake up.
Yeah.
I had the window down. I was about to smack myself just to get myself away because he was over there asleep. And I was like, oh my goodness, nobody to talk to.
We did stop in at, Point Pleasant, but, that we probably stayed there 45 minutes, maybe an hour looking around, but.
At the most, man.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a break, but. From 8 hours from there, that's just a long ride.
Yeah.
I was never more happy to be home than when we got here. I'm my home, I'm my bed. It was
I know. And the shower, I took at least a 45-minute shower. I just stood there like, I have not felt so disgustingly dirty in so long. Yeah. So then we went from that cemetery, and when we met you all at the jail, and we had no experience with the jail whatsoever. So for anybody on here, just be prepared. If you go, we actually, so the same guys own these 3 places, and we'll tell you about a 4th one that we just found out about. But the jail is in Blackford County, the old Blackford County, Indiana jail in Hartford, Indiana. And it's about, no, the baby whites did not cut it. And Dale, I cannot believe Princess Dale actually freaking took a shower in a bathroom that you needed a tetanus shot to go into. Disgusting.
Oh, yeah. He did too, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, I would not step foot in there."
So much in that shower or tub or whatever it was.
No.
I don't know. Oh,
no.
I almost said never mind. I mean, that was how serious it was.
Yeah. But so we get to the jail. It's like a 15-minute drive.
Yep.
And you walk up. So it's not just a jail. It's got the sheriff's quarters as well. So the sheriff used to live there. And then the office, and then a kitchen and stuff. And then there's 6 cells upstairs, or I'm sorry, 6 cells on the main floor, the dungeon that who knows how many cells because they tore everything out before they bought it. Somebody else tore it out, stole all the steel or whatever. And then there was the 2 rooms upstairs, the women's. Exactly, Julie. Yeah. So we get there and Angie saw him in the doorway, I guess, or somebody did, Julie. And so the guy opens the door and we walk up. And he's like, "Oh, let me go get my brother. They're twins and they live there." It was just weird. It was so weird. Like I guess they spend their time at the mansion. There's a pretty big camper there. And then there's like living quarters, and I use that loosely, at each of these places. So they spend their time depending on which place has an event or has, an investigation. And there was this little tiny camper out back that they packed a cooler and said, "All right."
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the back of a truck.
Yeah. Left us with the cats, but that was the other 3-hour tour. Oh my gosh. It was like, seriously. Well, then there's the speakeasy. For those that don't know, there's a speakeasy like a block and a half away that they own as well. That's not the 4th place though. So there's a 5th place. We didn't even make it over there because I did that for you, Heather. We didn't even make it over there because we were so freaking tired. So we do this 3-hour tour. And I was just like begging the little kid to bite me in the tour. The little kid ghost, not a real kid, and stuff. And we were just getting really tired and cranky. And so we get back, and on the 3-hour tour, the camera battery in the good camera went dead. So I went to plug it in, and that's when we realized my good camera's wall charger and one of our batteries is still at the mansion. Exactly, Nicole. And so they call Kate, there's already another team at the mansion, and they call Kate, and she says they didn't find it, that was bullshit, because Joe, you and Carrie saw it and you were the last ones there.
Yep.
And
I should have grabbed it. God knows, I knew it was somebody. I don't know. I know. I didn't know if it actually belonged there or not.
Right. Well, I think I told you that they ended up finding it.
Yeah.
So they miraculously found it the next morning.
Right.
Yeah, exactly, Nicole. But they found Joe's one of his cords that went to one of his cameras and stuff, or audio or whatever. So they swore it wasn't there, which was bullshit. So either the spirits took it or somebody took it and decided they weren't going to steal it. So she's sending it to me. But I luckily was smart enough to have the cord that plugs the camera into the wall, and that actually charges the batteries faster. But I'm still not sure that footage is a flashlight, you guys. I'm still not sure. I really have to, in the dungeon, see more than just the 5 minutes of footage that we watched.
Yeah. I haven't really started tackling that yet. It's going to be hard to tell but what I done was, after everybody had left, is me and her went downstairs and we got the camera that was down there. And I said, we looked at the top of the wall, and there were little cracks up in the wall, top of the wall.
Yeah.
I said, just hold the flashlight like this at this angle. And I did take a picture, and I'm going to try to see if I can compare it up. But, I mean, I don't know. That was weird. And it depends on where y'all were at that time, really.
Well, and that's what we need to find out. So we need to watch our footage to see which direction we come from. Because I think we come, Julie, did we come from the left if you're looking at the screen? And then also, okay, so I get that you got the light to shine through a crack, but it moved up and down that wall. So the question is then, was the crack big enough to move up and down the wall?
I could get it to go as I moved the light, but if nobody happened to be on that side at that moment, then that might have been something,
Right.
So we're going to have to really study it and try to figure it out.
So we came from the left. So I just don't think. I don't know. Where were you when you were shining the light through?
We were in the first entranceway to the dungeon. Right, there's like a little metal door on that brick, not brick, but stone wall. And I opened it up and ran my camera cord through it, and then set my camera up on the other side. But when I took the flashlight and checked everything, I was on that entranceway of the dungeon where the metal door opened up. So that's where I was checking at the top.
Yeah. Oh, because you ran the cord through there. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Nicole, she's been doing 6 hours of footage. I don't even want to know. I'm going to be footage. Joe and I are going to be footage for weeks at this point. Oh my God. But yeah, so that was cool. And we heard, I don't know what you guys might have heard in the jail cells, but we heard, I'm telling you, people were walking around up there and just other things. I'm anxious to see what we caught on camera. But then there was that one picture. So for you guys that are chatting with us, there was a guy that helps do the tours, and he asked if he could come back and kind of investigate with us and come along. So we said, sure. And he was taking pictures with Chris, with a brand new iPhone. And he took a couple pictures of me sitting in the jail cell doing the dowsing rods. And one, there was like this purple aura thing, and my face was blurry and everything else was in focus. And then the next one, completely fine. And there was nothing in that cell that could have made that color.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
It kind of looked like these LED lights. Oops, sorry. Like the LED lights on top of my screen here.
Yeah.
But it was red. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I didn't know.
Oh, scary. See, it's the humans that you got to worry about, Carrie, not the spirits.
Yes.
You okay?
Oh, Nicole, that's right. We should ask him about that. Because there's a little mini video with pictures. I'm gonna text him and ask him about that. And then I don't know if any of you all saw the wife beater. The picture that he caught of me and Tina when Tina was putting the REM pod up in that same area that we saw that the little kid supposedly bit somebody, that we saw the whatever it was on your footage caught. It's on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook that we posted it. That was Kate said the best evidence they've ever got from anybody. I will, Nicole. I didn't even think of that. Did not even think of that. Thank you. But yes, and it looks like a little kid. It looks like a little boy's feet with a cape. He's wearing a cape. So yeah, that was interesting. And then did you guys talk to Dan and Rick or Rich or whatever his name is the next day? Before you left?
Sure.
Did you?
Yep.
Yeah, so we got to send them any of our evidence. But we didn't even, none of us made it. We all slept in. Hey, Joy. We all slept in our cars except you guys. Well, I mean, we all. Angie and Tina and I like parked our cars next to each other in a line in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And slept. I slept so good. I actually slept like the dead.
What we done was
we slept with the cat.
well, what happened was I didn't want to sleep in his actual bed and covers and stuff, so we took our sheet and laid it over top of his bed. And then we used our pillows, and then we used our blankets. So that way, the couch was full with Julie and I think Dale or something.
Yeah, Julie and Dale.
And so we didn't know where y'all were at, so we were like, I said, I'm not sleeping in the floor. I really don't want to sleep in the car again. And then the best thing happened was I seen an air conditioner, and I'm like, damn, I'm turning that thing on. We slept real good.
And then you slept by my feet.
The cat.
And then I woke up one time and the cat was gone. It was in the brother's room. I was like, it was probably like, what is wrong with y'all people?
The next thing I remember, somebody knocking on the door, and it was Dale. He said, hey. Can I take a shower? I'm like, yeah, man, go ahead. Help yourself, man.
Yeah, so Nicole, I've got an SUV and I put some patio cushions down, had my blanket and my pillow. I was good. But it did cool off that night because of the rain. But the only thing I regret is I regret not being able to go in the attic because it was so hot up there.
Yeah.
But you guys had a camera. Did you guys have a camera up there?
Yeah, we had the camera facing where we could see the toys and also the noose, if anything happened with the noose area and all that.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Good. I can't wait till you look at that because it was too bloody hot up there to go up there after everything we'd been through.
Yep.
But so what Dale wanted me to ask you at the beginning of the live was, did you guys, I think it was in the first corridor in the dungeon where you ran the wire through to the camera in the middle, there was those shackles that hung over a bar in the ceiling. Well, one of them was moving and I treated it like a pendulum, which was Dale's idea. Awesome idea, Dale. And we actually got, it was swinging this way end to end. I got it to spin and swing this way, and it would not stop. We had to literally stop it ourselves, physically stop it ourselves. Wow. And it's all on video.
Yeah, I never did see any shackles that I remember.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
They were up in the ceiling or something.
Yeah, it was over like a bar or something up there, and we were looking at it. We were looking at them, and I said, "Oh, do you think they probably just put those there themselves, like as trigger objects or whatever?" And then I was using the IR camera towards the entrance, and Dale was towards the back, and we had a cat ball and flashlight and stuff going off and a meter. And so we had both entrances, and all of a sudden I looked up, I said, did anybody touch that shackle? Because it's moving. And we were like, and that was many, many minutes after we were even just looking at it and discussing it. And Dale said he pulled down on it just to see if it was attached. But that was like a long time ago. He didn't swing it. So I had my camera on it for a while. And like I said, yes, Nicole, somebody had something to say. And we stopped it ourselves, made it stop, and then we got it to swing. Not as drastic as it was the first time, but we did get it to swing again. It was pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, we spent some time down there also. I do know one thing that I think we might have messed up on. Dan told us, I told Dan when we were leaving, I said, Jacob's ladder is still on in the basement. He was like, oh, really? I said, yeah. I said, we didn't turn it off. He said, oh, y'all were supposed to turn it off before we began investigating. I'm like, what? I didn't know that. He's like, yeah, it's supposed to help, charged atmosphere, and then you're supposed to pull it before you investigate. I'm like,
I don't remember him telling us about that
I didn't
before
either.
we started.
But anyway, I feel like if it was charging atmosphere, it was doing it anyway, because I that was a good idea to have it going, though, I think.
Well, and Chris goes there all the time, and he didn't say anything about turning it off.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, any of you guys that are on here, Nicole, anybody else, have you ever used one of those Jacob's ladders? Do you know anything about them? Because even Tina said she wanted it turned off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Julie, he didn't say anything. She wanted it turned off because it was bugging her when we were in the jail. And I said, yeah, but he said it's supposed to charge the atmosphere and give him energy and stuff, and I don't want to mess up your investigation. So I don't know. But I don't think it made a difference, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was supposed to charge like the quartz crystal in the wall and the other material that the walls were made out of. But did you see the actual crystal like in the wall?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was amazing. I thought that was pretty cool. You could actually see it.
Yep. Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. And then, so we were talking to each other on the way home out of there and keeping each other awake. And my GPS took me through Connorsville, which is kind of on the way to Angie's. And there is a cemetery in Connorsville that has a little girl that passed away. I think she was like, I forget how old she was. I want to say 12, but maybe it's not. But her dad had made, maybe it was 9. Her dad had made her this little dollhouse, and he didn't get it done, I don't think, before she passed away. So it's at her grave. And so I've been wanting to go there. My GPS routed me right past it. I didn't make it do that. Like, it took me off of my route. I was on the phone with Tina, and I was like, Tina, it's the little girl with the dollhouse. I'm passing her grave. And then put me right back on the main road again. It was so bizarre.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
so
was
we definitely
cool.
would go there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all definitely need to check that out.
Yeah. We're going to be doing that. So then we got home and took some naps and stuff. And I wake up to a voicemail from a Brookfield or Laurel number, which again is where Angie's from. And it's this guy. Are you all the ghost hunters? I need to talk to the ghost hunters. Hey, Nicole. Nicole wasn't on here when we were talking about the Jacob's ladders. Nicole, have you ever used a Jacob's ladder? Let us know. I need to talk to the ghost hunters. Call me back. So I call him, and we are going to investigate his house in Brookville this next Saturday, a week from today. He wanted us there like yesterday because he's got activity going on, and he's afraid that it's going to hurt his kids and him. And like, he won't be in the house by himself. He's only like 28 years old. He's a guy, you know?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So Nicole, they had Jacob's ladders at this jail, one on the main floor and one in the dungeon. And apparently they had them on, and apparently they told Joe after the fact that we were supposed to turn them off before we started our investigation. But nobody told us that, and I've never used one, so I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. It's going to be crazy. We're going to go there. He actually, before he found us, he ordered some cameras, I think like yours, and some trail cams. So far, he put the trail cams up at the house, but only for a couple of days. Nothing's happened. But he's paying us. I mean, those guys thought I was crazy when I was telling them we get paid to investigate for people. Like, that's the only place we've ever paid to investigate is what we just did. That's it. People pay us. And I mean, I wasn't making that up. I wasn't making it up. And they looked at me like, yeah, whatever. Okay, good, Steve. Are you still drinking Crown? Because I want one. Will you pour me one?
Well, I definitely believe, though. I mean, you got to have money for gas. You need a place to stay. You know what I'm saying? And if you're going to go and you're going to do something for somebody else, I mean, you may be helping them out, but you still have to have food and a place to stay and gas to get there.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can kind of understand a little bit, about that. So,
Yep.
because I
But
mean, we've done some things, and it's been totally for free, and I've left with less money in my pocket and no evidence. So, but the next time we do a residential investigation, there's going to be a screening process. I ask a bunch of questions. I want to get on Facebook and ask them, see them face to face, see what their house looks like, a whole bunch of stuff, because we walked into one that we just didn't have any idea what was going on, only what they had told us, and it wasn't that great. So
yeah, and we've already done the research on this place and trying to kind of figure it out before we get there. And he's writing a log and stuff. We do. We also have a release form that they have to sign. That's another thing too. Most of what we've done thus far has been people we know. But even one of my really good friends that called us and paid us to come out, didn't want us putting on YouTube. And I was like, sorry, you agreed to it. So I'll cut you out, but I'm still putting it on. But, Nicole, the only money that we've gotten has been more donation, like, to help us pay for our equipment and stuff. And only in instances where somebody has contacted us to come and try to figure out what's going on at their location and possibly have to remove negative energy, if you will. So I'm not saying, we're rolling in money or anything. We get donations from a few people. And so far we've been able to solve the issues, knock on wood. So yeah, but I would do that from now on as well. Is if you do any more like that, whether they're paying you or not, definitely have a release form.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah. So we'll see. We were trying to take a few weeks off, and then we go right from there to my old high school to actually do that investigation. We're not getting any time off. Good thing I got a lot of SD cards. And Chris was asking us, he already messaged us the next day and said, so when are you going to put out a video on the jail? I'm like, dude, it's going to be a while.
Chris Stevens Chris Stevens?
Chris from that was at the jail with us.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. It's going to take a while. Definitely for me because of so much footage. I bet I got probably 60 hours at least to go through just from the DVR itself.
Yeah.
So it's going to take a while.
Oh yeah.
Push it out.
What?
I'm gonna push it out as fast as I can, but I still want to be very thorough with it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's always a question that we ask Nicole, is about, when we do this, we do film it. And one of our perks is being able to put it on YouTube to get views. And so, there's stipulations and stuff. Obviously, they don't want to be tagged on some of them and stuff like that. But it's $1,500 per 10. It says you cannot use your footage for entertainment purposes. Wow. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, there is some place I've seen in West Virginia that said that, and I cannot remember where it was at. God knows, I want to. I don't know if it was the prison, West Virginia prison, but it was somewhere in West Virginia. I've seen that, and that's one reason why I didn't go to one of them.
Oh my God, you guys are babies. She's only going to be 40. Where is the paranormal convention again, Steve? I'm sorry, I'm not paying to investigate somewhere if I can't put the footage out. Not going to happen.
Right. Yeah, that's the whole point, in my opinion, if you're going to go to try to get evidence, So,
yeah.
whatever evidence you can get.
when we first looked at the asylum last year, it had some crazy things about not using footage and stuff, but we asked them and I forget what it was about, but I want to say it had to do with the previous partner that had his own film crew and stuff.
Yeah. Adam. I can't remember his last name, but I think he owns another asylum somewhere else or something.
Yeah. So the other thing, you guys, for those of you that might be able to do the asylum someday, they just are opening a school in Middle Point, Ohio. So it's northwest, you guys, Middle Point, Ohio. And we asked them why they didn't say anything to us, because they posted on Facebook why they didn't say anything to us. I mean, obviously we just did these 3. Why wouldn't we want to go to that one? They didn't push it at all because they're having issues with the fire laws and stuff and whatever, fire marshal and different things. But he thinks they got around it. So, I mean, these guys want you to put it out there because they want the more evidence that they can get out there, the more people's going to want to come and pay them to stay there.
Right.
Mm-hmm. They're not stupid. They're not stupid. Yeah, I agree. Nicole, change name and no faces. Exactly. But yeah, this kid for next week, he just doesn't want anybody stealing his beer. I'm like, dude, put the beer out of the picture then. What? Oh my God, I was too tired to even have the conversation.
Oh God. Yeah.
I know when we got home, I went right to sleep and slept all day the next day. And he kept waking me up. He's like, it's time to get up. I was like, no, I don't want to get up. I want to sleep.
Yeah. Hey, Moonface. And Madeline, hello. Yeah, yeah.
I want to say something right quick. I still use their REM pods. You seen the REM pods that I had, right? Yeah, that's who makes my REM pods.
Oh, that's awesome. I need one. We need one. How do we get one?
Yeah. The way I did it, they had it listed on eBay.
Moonface, how do we get one of your REM pods? Let us know. Let us know. Hey, Madeline, how are you doing? Haven't seen anything out of you in a while. I have a Moonface calendar that I made.
Yeah, you're real good with photography.
Thank you.
Got a good eye. You got a good eye.
What's a necropod, Nicole? Moonface, we was just at Hillview Manor and I put up the footage. It couldn't be posted for monetarily. Oh, so you could post it, but you couldn't make money off of it, Steve?
Yeah, that's it. Hillview.
You know what? I think maybe that's what the asylum said too. You could use your footage, but you couldn't like sell it as a movie or something or make money. Yeah. But what is a necropod? What does it do, Nicole?
I don't know what they are.
I don't think I've ever heard of them.
Madeline, where have you been lately? What are you working on? Gotcha. Yep. It's a spirit box with over 1 million of part words and a chip. You get any word at all, you're talking to someone. Oh, okay. Cool. That's neat. I think was that what you were using this video you just put up yesterday or whenever, I think. Okay. Cool. Was anybody else got anything else to say? Will you go with us again, or did you like being around us?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I had a blast. Yeah, I had a blast. I really had fun. It was just so hot, and I couldn't stop sweating. But other than that, yeah, I had a really good time.
Good.
I think we would do it again. I messed with him last night. I was like, let's go back to Indiana. He's like, okay. I'm like, no, I'm just picking because I couldn't drive that far again right away.
Yeah. Well, we definitely want to do. She just done a video on Bogo Road, Gold, Brisbane, Australia. I want to go to Australia. We'll do it again, Nicole, but the next time I want to start at the jail. I want to do it the opposite because I want to be fresh at the jail, be able to do the speakeasy. So I think there was a lot there. I think there was a lot there that we were too tired to even consider.
Yes.
Well, like the asylum too. I mean, it was just so much stuff there. We didn't get to do all of it that we really wanted to. And the speakeasy also, I wanted to check that out other than just getting a tour, So yeah.
And I want to do the attic at the jail. Yep. Creepy camper guys. Tina says, let's go back in the fall. So when we were there in October last year, they were cold at the asylum. I wasn't, I don't really usually get cold. I wasn't cold, but they had Snuggies and stuff on. It was hysterical. Angie and Kenny and the girls. But they were working on some places for us as well. In Connorsville, in Laurel, a mansion that's pretty cool. So we'll see what they come up with. May not have to pay for them either. But I want to check out the school that they're working on in Ohio as well. Because that could be, it would be fun. I haven't been to Lake Shawnee. Did you go there already, Nicole? Yeah, Tina will work on the fall. You guys, Tina got an amazing deal. It was insane. Okay, Madeline, I will. Yeah, Lake Shawnee looks pretty fun. We should plan a trip there. But Tina got an amazing deal. The problem is, I think we got in before they've gotten really, 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 really popular. Because when we did the asylum last year, I want to say it was like 300 on an off night and 500 on an on, like 300 except Friday, Saturday. And then Friday, Saturday was like 500. I think it's now like 600 and 800 or something crazy. So, but Tina was able to work out a good deal to do all three of them together, which was insane. But, having you guys come from out of town, it made sense. But they're just going to get more popular and more popular.
Exactly. Well, I felt like we had to do this because I didn't know if this was going, and you never know yet. I mean, to me, it's like a once in a lifetime thing, especially at the price that we were able to do it. So, I mean, if we would have went in and done it ourselves, it probably wouldn't have happened.
Right. Hey, Nicole, I think you're in Chillicothe, right? I think I'm going to be by your place soon. Lake Hope. The girls that I do photography with want to go to Lake Hope. There's I forget, they were messaging me some stuff. There's a bunch of pink lilies in bloom right now and some swans or something. But I thought they said Chillicothe. But yeah, Nicole, you need to just hook up with us on email or something. I think I've got your email and we can talk about some places to do for sure. For sure. And then eventually we're going to meet up with Three Souls. And then someday we're going to go see Madeline in Australia.
Yeah, that's like a 18 to 20 something hour flight.
Yeah.
It's a long
one.
But I think it would be worth it. Yeah. But, I appreciate y'all inviting us and asking us to come and everything. Tina for her hard work in the kitchen and
oh yes, because that food, we still talking about the food.
Yeah.
Tina's the mom.
Dale was keeping us full of laughs.
Oh yes.
What did I do? What did I do?
You kept us very interested.
Yeah, Nicole, give us your number. Send us your number. Email it to me or something. And I'll let you know when I'm going to come out there, because I'm pretty sure it was Chillicothe, and I thought that's what you said. Yeah, it was fun. It was really fun. It was kind of cool because, you know, you don't want to really be in the same room with people, different channels, because then you got the same footage. So I think it was really neat the way we could, you know, orchestrate it so we weren't together. I kept everyone in line. That's right, damn it.
Right. Right. Your organizational skills.
Yeah.
Very good. Dale's the heckler.
Yep. It was fun. It was fun.
Yep.
All right, guys.
I really enjoyed it, dude.
Yeah.
Yep. If anybody on here has not subscribed to the Paranormal Side, their link is in the description below. And anybody on here that's not, I think we're all subscribed to each other mostly. But also, a lot of you are already part of Prius. But as soon as we get Prius revamped, then we're going to be reaching out to you that aren't part of it. And then the ones that are, that we're kind of changing things up a little to make it more beneficial to those of us that are members, which should have been that way all along. So we're going to have some good stuff coming at you with that.
I'm hoping so real soon.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, have a fabulous Memorial Day weekend for the rest of it, and hope you guys get to see your family and all that good stuff. And thanks for jumping on and talking to us.
All right. I forgot one thing. I wanted to say Julie too. She was cool too. Yep.
Oh yeah.
I didn't want to forget her.
No. Yep. Julie's awesome.
But, I appreciate it, and you have a good weekend too. And I appreciate everyone watching and everything, and thank y'all. And
be ready for these videos coming out because they're going to be epic. I counted it. I think we'll have at least 12 episodes. At least 12 episodes. For sure. From the 3 places. Last year it was 7 just from the asylum. I think we'll at least have 12. So, yep. Yep.
I can't wait to see your videos of the places and then getting ours together too.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yep. All right. Thank you. Bye, you guys.
Bye.
See y'all later.
Stay spooky.